Welcome into the Rant, everybody. I am Pugs Moran. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, around about noon usually. But today, this Friday, we're a little bit late today, 2 o'clock. It's okay. We're going to talk about everything that there is to talk about. We're going to give you all the hot topics insofar as they appeal to me, right? Let's not kid ourselves. I'm not a breaking news guy, although I wish I was, but that didn't pick up. We've been doing this for 3 years. There was a point where I was trying to be breaking news guy. It's not anymore. Now every day, this is just a hang for normal people. We get together and we talk about the world. Special day, however, gotta do this. This is going to be important because I got a little story to tell you here at the start of the show. That's right, small talk coming your way. But right now, let's say hi to my co-host. Oh, look at her. Oh, yeah, that is 120 pounds of sleeping beef right there. Hey, CeeLo. Come on, baby. Really? CeeLo. Let's try this. Want to go outside? Want to go for a walk? Oh, look at you little psycho. Yeah, you're not going for a walk. You just came in from a walk. What's wrong with you? Yeah, she realizes that. That's why she's going to sleep again. And just roll over on your belly, maybe knock down a light stand. Go ahead. You do you, kid, because this is all about you today. All right, there she is. She's the incredible CeeLo. She is 120 pounds of half Catahoula, half Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She's known as a Hooly Bully, and we love her around here. The reason I established that we have CeeLo here with us today is because I had the weirdest experience driving in here, you guys. So I make my way over from the SMU campus here to the beautiful Kelly Moore Studios in the fabulous Design District, the E Gallery in the Design District, if we're being specific, and we should be. So I make my way down 75. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say, Pugs, why don't you just take Oaklawn? Well, here's why I don't take Oaklawn. I like the city experience. I like coming down 75 on an expressway. I don't care that I'm only on it for like a mile and a half. I just like it. I like seeing the big green outlined building to my left in the Perot Museum. Oh, it's beautiful. I feel like I'm in a big city because Dallas is absolutely a big city. And I like it. So I go that way. Now, today, traffic was terrible. So I decided, screw this. I'm getting off at Lemon. So as I told you, I have the dog with me, and the dog is in the car. And when the dog is in the car, she's all about smelling whatever the hell is coming at her at 60 miles an hour, right? She's hanging her head out the window, just taking it all in like dogs do. And as she's doing this, I look at my rearview mirror and I see this weird pink Mercedes behind me. Yeah, it's a nice car. It's a totally tricked out, looks really expensive Mercedes convertible sports car, right? And it's right behind me. And I'm like, what's going on here? Because it's getting close. And then it's kind of going in the right lane and it's kind of going behind me. And then I realized that, this is a dog influenced thing. Because I got my dog, I got my awesome dog hanging out the window. And this person's obviously a dog person. They're just trying to get a better look. So we get stuck in a little traffic, and now the dog is just completely glued on the pink Mercedes behind us. Her head is hanging her body's halfway out the car, and she's staring at this person. And now I see in my rearview mirror, this person is sticking their head out the window of their pink Mercedes, which isn't really a window because, as I said, it's a convertible. And she's sticking her head out, and she doesn't have like a happy look on her face. And I'm like, what is she yelling at my dog? Is this some stranger in like a $150,000 custom AMG Mercedes talking shit to my dog? This will not stand. No. But I figure I got to do a show here at 2 o'clock, so I don't need to be arrested for getting into a fight with some weirdo in a pink Mercedes who hates dogs. So anyway, we exited Lemon because, as I said, there was some weird traffic. So I decided I'm going to start doing a little back roads down Turtle Creek. I'll take Turtle Creek all the way to the Design District. Why not? Let the rich people see me. So now I turn down Turtle Creek, and guess what? Old pink Mercedes is still behind me. I'm like, what the hell? I just got off 75. She got off 75. We passed up Haskell, made a right on Lemon. Now I'm going down Turtle Creek. Why is this person following me? And now I'm stopped at a light again. Again, the dog is looking out the window and she's got her head out. And now I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this person? Because now I got a better look at her. And she is an interesting individual. Let me tell you, not only is she piloting a really expensive custom Mercedes-Benz, but she appears to be about 22, maybe even younger. She might be 19, 20. I don't know. Here's the first thing I noticed. She's got a giant tattoo of God knows what on her forehead. Just a giant, like, big, like she's going full on Post Malone. She is her, and then I get her whole face is tattooed. All right, so now a light changes and we move forward and we come to another light, but now I see, she's making a move. And remember, I still think she's talking shit to my dog and she's scary looking. So I'm all kinds of confused about what's happening here. How does a person with face tattoos like that drive a super expensive Mercedes? I'm like, what is going on? And she hates dogs. So now we get to the next light and she's pulling up beside me and I'm like, oh, fuck. Am I going to have to talk to this person? Malibu to Benz. This whole weird ass person is now going to say shit to my face. I'm not going to be able to resist. I'm going to have to talk some shit. And I'm not looking forward to it. So as she pulls up, the window goes down, and now the dog's tail is going flap, 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 flap. Now, what that tells me is that this dog has not interpreted what's been happening as hostile. Tail's going. Dog's into this fucking freak. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Are we going to war or not? Right? And the dog's like, eh. So she pulls up next, and now the dog is halfway out, and she puts her window down, and she's, blabbing something. She's like, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to roll my window down. So I roll the window down, and I turn to her because I'm a friendly sort, and I say, I'm sorry, what? And she said this, oh, by the way, now, not only full-on facial tattoo with tattoos all over her face, she's got gigantic neck tattoo going. She is about 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there, but also she seems to be missing a whole bunch of teeth. Now, I don't want to say that it's meth teeth because the teeth that she does have seems to be capped in some kind of gold or diamond. So I don't know what is happening here. Is this a meth head who won the lottery? What the fuck? And then she pulls into some fancy condo tower there in Turtle Creek and she disappears. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? People, 20-year-olds with face tat. What is she, an influencer? So get this. So there was a little thing on her window and it said something like at somebody something, right? So now it's coming together. And I'm like, holy fuck, this is one of them influencers. This chick is probably just like some influencer. And that's how she's 19 with $150 AMG and busted up teeth and gold and diamond. I hate this world. So that was my drive-in. How was yours? Seriously, what is going on, man? Anyway, the name that I've been now struggling to find, and oh my God, I hate my middle-aged white man. I'm not sure what it said. I think it said at Kylie Moon. And first thing I find out is that there's a professional athlete here in Dallas named Kylie Moon. Okay. And she's got a pink Mercedes. Because that's what I put. I put Kylie Moon, pink Mercedes, Dallas. Just see what comes up. And yeah, I got returns on some pro athlete. But I'm looking at the pro athlete. And although I'm looking at the pro athlete, her face and stuff, and I'm going, that could totally be her. These pictures do not have the tattoos and I don't know what's going on. And anyway, I haven't found her. I'm going to drive back. This is how fucking weird I am. I'm going to drive back the same way we came, and I'm going to see if I can see her. I got to find out what. What is she, OnlyFans? Seriously, she's got no teeth. It's like awful. I'm like, what? I guess there's something for everybody. Anyway, there you go. That's our small talk segment. It was very weird. Sports Bras, CC has a good question. He says, did you get a Picks? Because on Shock House, we do Shock House every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. It will be delayed this week with our ongoing P. Diddy coverage, but we will still be doing Shock Houses. I also got to figure out what I'm going to do for Tuesday. Hey, CC, you wanna host the Diddy show on Tuesday? Because Tuesday I'm going to have to do trivia. I got it in trivia. We love trivia. Or maybe I'll come back after trivia and do a late night. That would be fucking nuts. That's working too hard. That is working too hard. That's the kind of thing I'd have done like 2.5 years ago when I still thought this would work. That's a joke. We're very excited about the Diddy show. CC says, did I get a pick? Shock House person of interest. Yeah, you know what? Here's why I didn't think that, but now you're right. I mean, no, I don't want to take a pick of her. She's scary. And she's got a Mercedes, so that means she's probably got a lawyer. And she can fuck with me. I don't need that. I don't need that. I think lawyers come with Mercedes. I'm not sure. But we've got this ongoing thing on Shock House where we're trying to figure out, are there any like sexy homeless girls? And so, like I said, I told my son about this contest. I said, so our job is to go around and find homeless women. And if they're attractive, we take pictures of them. And my 16-year-old son, who will be 16 on Sunday, happy birthday, boy. My 16-year-old son was absolutely appalled when I said that. And I'm like, geez, you 16-year-olds, you guys are soft now. That would have been gold on Shock Morning Radio in 1997. You kids today are pussies. Anyway, he's probably right. It's not the best thing. But Cece is inquiring why I didn't take a picture of this girl and try and get her started in our Shock House person of interest photo gallery, because she was in a Mercedes. And this is why I'm bringing it up. I was so confused because in every other aspect, she looked like a homeless person, but she was driving like $150,000 Mercedes. And I don't know. And also, CC, she wasn't hot. She wasn't hot. It was gross. It was a fucking scary. I'm surprised she didn't have like one of those surgically implanted horns on her head, you know? You ever seen those people? It was like that. It's like, it's like gross. Oh my God. Sorry. Gonna work through this. Gotta clench my jaw. I'm gonna work through this. That's my gag reflex, everybody. Yeah. I start to get salty mouth. I can feel it starting. It's just the thought. If I just think of something that I don't like, a smell, like oh God, there are smells that just get me urine. See, even thinking about it. This is why I'm not the world's greatest heart surgeon. I don't like gross things. If it weren't for that, I'd be the world's greatest heart surgeon or cancer doctor. I don't know. Either one. It's gross things. I can't do gross things. Adam says, I was cleaning my car at lunch and forgot that I had my Jason Benetti t-shirt with me. Yeah. I just, yeah. What? That's right. That's going back months. I'll still take that. Adam's got a nice Jason Benetti, the greatest play-by-play man in sports. Now the home announcer for the Detroit Tigers, which is heartbreaking, but whatever. We got a Pope. We lost Benetti, but we got a Pope. More on that today. Is everybody ready for the weekend? We excited? It's gonna rain today. I just pulled in here late today, and it looks like absolute garbage is coming our way here in North Texas. The whole sky to the southwest of downtown Dallas is black. Checking in from Mansfield. How's Mansfield handling it? Cedar Hill, maybe? Maybe they've already gotten it, but it looks like we got bad rain. Where's my phone, by the way? I need my phone. How you doing, baby? Oh, she is just sleeping. All right, here's my phone. Today, temperatures, what's it saying? Scattered thunderstorms are possible with highs in the upper 70s and low 60s for today. Yeah, it looks like they're saying storms are going to be rolling through about 5 or 6. Oh, perfect for me in my ride home. That'll be perfect. Adam says Eric Nadal is better. Eric Nadal is great. Eric Nadal is terrific. He ain't as good as Benetti. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's Benetti's just Benetti. You can watch. You can see You can catch him doing West Coast baseball on Friday night, SEC football on Saturday morning, Big Ten basketball on Saturday nights, and then NFL football. He's not doing NFL football. He's not doing NFL football. Never mind. But he will be. He will be. He's the new Joe Buck. He's everything. He's everything. He does everything that Eric Nadel does faster, quicker, more fun, and while being a sufferer of cerebral palsy. So, sorry, I give the nod. And I love Nadel. I think he's great. He is one of the greats. Let's see here. What else do we have to talk about real quick? Nothing. What do you say we get started? All right, let's start the show. This is the Rant. It's me alone, a stream of consciousness. That means no breaks, no stops, no nothing. We just talk about the world, chat room from time to time. Here's how the show's going to play out. I'm going to give you 3 categories to introduce what this is all about. Those categories are this day in history. We call it antecedently on this day. I cherry pick some things that happened on this day. We talk about them. Then we do birthdays. That's celebrities and stuff. Their birthdays. Do we like them, or are we just telling them to go kick rocks, loser? Quarter 3 is the deads. Okay, deads. These are people who died. Same as birthdays. You get it. Except here, we decide where'd they go. They go to heaven, or they go to hell. That's what we do here. And then quarter 4 is just everything else. Quarter 4 is all the stuff we want to talk about from today. Breaking news, how it affects us. We don't do politics. We don't give a shit how you voted. None of that. It's just normal people sitting around chopping it up every day. We don't need to hear that anymore. All right, what do you say we get started? Here we go. Let's start the rant. It is the 9th day of May, year of our Lord, 2025. Did you know it is the 129th day of the year? There are 236 remaining until the end of the year. Let's move into our quarter 1. We call this Antecedently on This Day. It's a look back of all the events. Excuse me. It's a look back at all the events that have helped us understand what this day is. Hold on, Mr. Popular. Mr. Popular. Oh, shit. Oh, I totally forgot. I got an important phone call I got to do after the show. All right, let's go. Come on, let's do it. Antecedently on this day, 1662. That's right, we're going deep. The figure who would later become Mr. Punch makes his first recorded appearance in England. Who's Mr. Punch? Well, Mr. Punch is a cultural phenomenon that I think is still responsible for a lot of men's comfort with slapping a woman around. That's who Mr. Punch was. Have you ever heard the expression a Punch and Judy show? Okay, well, it was on this day in 1662 when the very first Punch and Judy show occurred, where the lead character, Mr. Punch, beat the fuck out of his wife as puppet. They were puppets. He beat the fuck out of his wife, and people were like, that's hysterical. I'm going to go home and do that. Yeah, Mr. Punch made his debut on this day in 1662. Look it up. Punch and Judy. Antecedently on this day in 1726, 5 men were arrested during a raid on... I love this place. All right, listen to the name of this place. 5 men... First of all, let's be serious about it. 5 men were arrested, okay? And then they were executed. On this day, 5 men were arrested and then executed. They were gay for being gay. On this day, 5 men were arrested, 1726. 5 men were arrested during a raid and then later executed in London. So here's the name of the gay bar they were in. And this was a gay bar. It's like a super famous gay bar. Like if I was going to do a gay podcast, I'm not gay. Fuck! Anyway, if I were to do a gay podcast, I would call my gay podcast after this place. Apparently, it's like the first famous gay bar. And do you know what it's called? It's called Mother Clap's Molly House. Oh! Is that the greatest name for a gay bar you ever heard? Mother Clap's Molly House. Molly houses was the term for gay bars. A Molly house was a term where gay men, mollies, if you will, would gather and then get together and all that stuff. What a name. Mother Clap's Molly House. I love it. Why isn't there let's open a gay bar in Oak Lawn. Come on. It's not about being in the lifestyle. It's about seeing a business opportunity, and that name cooks, people. Mother Clap's Molly House. Sounds fun, right? Sounds like an EDM club kind of. That's what it sounds like to me. Anyway, not cool that these guys in 1726 were rounded up at Mother Clap's Molly House and then executed, but on this day, antecedently in the year 1941, during World War II, the German submarine U-110 is captured by the Royal Navy. Now, why is this important? Because this is the submarine. Take a break, take a breath, and sound it out. This is the submarine that was captured during World War II that had the Enigma code on it, the Enigma machine. Yeah, you guys know about the Enigma machine? That's how we won the war. I don't care. Patton can tell his stories about marching through Italy. We won this war because on this day, we captured a submarine, a German submarine that had their coding machine, the Enigma machine. And we were able to break that code. What's that movie? Isn't that it's a Benedict Cumberbatch movie, right? I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's supposed to be a good movie. I've never seen it. The Enigma machine. Okay, there you go. On this day, we got the Enigma machine. We didn't decode it yet, but we got it. Antecedently on this day in 1960, the Food and Drug Administration announces that it will approve birth control. Woo! Birth control. That's right. Ladies take the pill. It's your ladies' responsibility. Well, I guess it ultimately would be because they're the ones that get pregnant. So that's probably the best. There you go. Antecedently on this day in 1980, Norco, California. You guys remember this? 5 masked gunmen hold up a Security Pacific Bank. And then these dudes robbed a bank in Northern California on this day in 1980. And they did it wearing head-to-toe Kevlar, 1980s Kevlar. And they had these crazy automatic weapons back at a time when police only had, those kind of things. It was pretty cool. There's video out there. The NorCal robbery occurred on this day in 1980. These guys robbed the bank and then exited the bank in a hail of gunfire from cops, and they just kept walking down the cops. They kept coming forward with their much larger guns and their Kevlar. It's a very cool video of it. Antecedently on this day in 1980, the Norco bank robbery in California. Antecedently on this day in 2020, the COVID-19 recession causes the U.S. unemployment rate to hit almost 15%, 14.9%. Worst unemployment rate since the Great Depression. All right, on this day in 2020. Hold on. Seriously, my guy, what are you doing? What's this about, huh? Why you be in trouble? Hold on. There we go. What do you want? You want to go outside? We're not going outside, dude. Lay down. Go lay down. They say dogs know 165 words. Go lay down. Has got to be one of them because she's told that all the time. Well, now we're in a standoff. Now she's going to stand there. She knows eventually she'll get her way, but not now. I got to do a stream, dude. You're shit out of luck. You better go lay down. There's your water. Go get some water. Yeah, get some water. Get some water. All right, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to be distracted by this silly dog. Say goodbye to everybody, C. Say goodbye. All right. No? Hold on. All right, there we go. Say goodbye, C. Sorry about that. Go lay down, dude. Seriously, I'm not playing this game with you. Go lay down. Go lay down, baby. Go lay down. All right. Where are we? That's it. Now we're done. Antecedently on this day, let's do some birthdays. Let's see about some people who are claiming it's their birthday. Let's get in there. Born on this day, or so they claim, 1918, terrible father, pretty terrific investigative journalist, Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace, terrible father. The dog seems to have just given up. Now she's back laying down in the other room now. She's not laying down at my feet. She's laying down in the other room. That's her passive-aggressive way of saying she's upset with me. Antecedently on this day, born in 1940, the great television producer, director, screenwriter. He's done a bunch of films, too. One of my favorite films of all time, Broadcast News, James L. Brooks. What has James L. Brooks been involved in? Let's see this. James L. Brooks. My God, Simpsons. All right, let's see here. James Lawrence Brooks is an American director, producer, screenwriter, and co-founder of Gracie Films. We've seen that a lot. Gracie Films. What? Did you hear this dog? Now she's talking. She doesn't talk. He co-created Mary Tyler Moore, Taxi, The Simpsons. He directed the films Terms of Endearment, Broadcast News, and As Good as It Gets. All right, he's a baller. He's a baller. The great James L. Brooks. What's going on, dog? What are you doing? Go lay down. Don't, seriously, you've gotten 2 walks today. You're all pooped out. We know this. You just peed. You peed minutes before we came in here. Go lay down. Now. Bad girl. Go lay down. Oh, God. All right, we're going to move on. Born on this day in 1940, James L. Brooks. All right, here's one. Much maligned. Oh, this dog has the saddest eyes, and when she really wants to make you feel like garbage, she's just gonna stare at you and bat them, and she puts her ears back, and she looks like a desperate seal. She does. She looks like a seal. All right, let's go into here. We got a birthday here, somebody that we're gonna investigate, and somebody that I want to talk a little bit about because, quite frankly, I am tired of the slander associated with the great. Oh, hold on, that's wrong. With the great Billy Joel, born on this day in 1949. Billy Joel. Come on, let's track through this guy. Baller. Boom, right there. All right, you know what I mean? I mean, it's one of those songs. It's okay if I don't ever hear it again, but it's not a bad song. It's a classic that's been overplayed. Let's keep going.
She can kill with a smile. She can wound with her eyes.
That fucking line right there. This is why I will not accept any Billy Joel slander. I will not. You fucking people just don't know. And you know who the Billy Joel slanderers are? Millennials. It's all you millennials. Because we Gen Xers, we grew up when he was big and we get it. We heard him. You know, his stuff resonates with us. Then you millennials came along and all of a sudden he was a big dork. You tried to make him Barry Manilow, but guess what happened? The next generation came along. I don't know. Huey from The Boys, who's absolutely obsessed with Billy Joel, and suddenly he's cool again. I have a 15-year-old son. He'll be 16 on Sunday. I have a 15-year-old son who can sing every word to this song. Screw you people! Billy Joel, born on this day. What else do we have? How about here? Oh my God, the guy's got hits up the wazoo. Ooh. Come on! People suck. What's the matter with still rock and roll to me? How about here? How about this, right, huh? Billy Joel, you bitches. One of the finest crafter of an American song lyric I have ever heard. He's there with Dylan. He's there with Springsteen. He's there with Mellencamp. He's there with Tweedy. Jeff Tweedy for Wilcott, if you guys know. He's there with Brian Henneman and the Bottle Rockets. He's there with, who else was an incredible with the turn of a phrase? Jackson Brown. Anyway, he's the best. How about this one? This is a pretty good one.
Come out, Virginia, don't let me wait.
All right. Did all kinds of shit. Let's go to 83. An Innocent Man, slowing it down. And I haven't even played some of his biggest
Some people
hits.
stay far away from the door if there's a chance of.
What? Come on, man. This fucking guy is a hit machine. I will stand for zero Joel slander. Happy birthday to one of the greats. Enjoys a cocktail. Enjoys getting behind the wheel, sure. But he's a good dude other than that. Billy Joel, there you go. Born on this day in 1949. Oh, got another one of my faves. Hold on. We're going to do this. Born on this day. Here you go. Yeah. Born. Is it this? Yeah. Born on this day in 19. Sorry. Born on this day in 1962, Dave Gahan.
Reach out, touch faith.
Depeche Mode, Dave Gahan, born on this day in 1962. Happy birthday. You goddamn right. Happy birthday. And finally, born on this day in the year 2000. I hope that he gets a nice fresh start out of life. Nobody is wishing ill upon this fine young man, at least as far as I can see. It wasn't his fault that Mel Kiper decided to talk about him like he was worthy of a top 5 pick. Happy birthday, Trey Lance. Born on this day in the year 2000. Was he top 5 pick? He was top 10, wasn't he? They traded up to like grab him. Where did he go? 7? Oh, boy. Happy birthday, Trey Lance. All right, let's move on. Let's do the deads. These are people who've died on this day. We're going to decide where did they go. Sorry. What the fuck? Jeez. What? We don't need ugliness in the chat room. I have no idea what is happening right now in the chat room. So I'm going to move on. Let's do the deads, folks. Here are people who have passed away on this day. Let's decide where they went. Whoa. Where'd they go? Heaven or hell? All right. First and foremost, born on this day in 2009. I think that I like everything about him except for the fact that he coached the Pistons. Dead on this day, the great Chuck Daly. Chuck Daly always seemed cool to me, and I hated that he was the Pistons coach. He always looked like he smelled like whiskey and cigarettes. Like if you were standing too close to Chuck Daly, he would reek of fucking cigarettes and like he had just had a glass of scotch. Chuck Daly, you're going to hell. Couple of reasons. You're a basketball coach, and any coach at that level, I have questions, okay, about you being a good man or not. So there's that. Then there's the whole Pistons thing. I mean, dude, you're responsible for the bad boys. I mean, I will never get past the fact that you were instructing your players to throw elbows at Michael Jordan. You know what? Go to hell, Chuck Daly. Go to hell. Although, if I'm being honest, I did kind of dig you. I thought you were kind of cool. All right. Dead on this day in 2012, Vidal Sassoon. Vidal Sassoon, he's a American hairdresser. Did you know he's American? How crazy is that? Your name is Vidal Sassoon, and where you're from, Kentucky? Vidal Sassoon, dead on this day in 2012. Hairdresser, businessman. He got involved in the whole designer jean craze. Vidal Sassoon. He's going to hell. He's a fashion guy. Those fashion guys are all horrible. Dead on this day in 2020, one of the pioneers of rock and roll, a first balloter there in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let's say happy death day, Little Richard. Where did he go? Pretty sure Little Richard went to hell. Pretty sure Little Richard was involved in some stuff. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's Chuck Berry. Oh, I don't know if Little Richard was skank. You know what? Who? Is he the wop babaloo bop? He's going to heaven. Let's just put him in heaven for that wop babaloo bop, wop bam boom. That was too good. Too good. There you have it. Little Richard. Dead on this day in 2024, Roger Corman, American film director, producer, and actor. Corman made low budget. Hold on. The dog is giving every signal to me that she is about to throw a major temper tantrum. So let's see if we can catch that, shall we? Yeah. Yeah. What do you... She just started like low growling, like she's mad, like she needs the man to be going out. Hey, go lay down. Don't go lay down. Don't give me them sad eyes. Give me them sad eyes. Go lay down. She's not giving up. She like wants to go out. She can't go out. She's not allowed to go out. It's not dog walking time, baby. Come on, man. All right. That's it. Is that it for the Deads? No. Who do we say? Roger Corman. Where's he go? Heaven or hell? He's a weird guy. Hollywood film director in the 60s. He's going to hell. That's a clean slate today. My God, folks, we put everybody in hell today. That's not good. All right, let's move on to everything else about today's show. Oh, what a bum. What do we have today? What are we going to talk about? All right, let's get started. Right off the bat, we've got India and Pakistan. Yeah, we all forgot about that. We all moved on because we had Popapalooza going on yesterday. Everybody forgot about India, Pakistan. Well, there's some shit going down, and so let's bring everybody up to speed. Hold on. Sorry, I just need a drink here. All right, what is the latest here? India, Pakistan. I expect big doings over the weekend. Because nobody cares about baseball. It'll be like the big story. There's no like big sport. That's the problem with Twitter now. Sports always dominates the trends. And then you go like 20 trends down and you'll see India, Pakistan. And I'm like, really? That's like the 20th most important thing? Anyway, that's who we are. That's who we are. And that's okay. Maybe we shouldn't be focusing so much on the bad stuff and just ignore it. Let our elected representatives handle it. That's what I say. India and Pakistan troops are continuing to swap artillery fire. It says here, soldiers have exchanged heavy volleys of shells and gunfire across their frontier in Kashmir overnight, killing at least 5 civilians in a growing military standoff that erupted following an attack on tourists in the India-controlled portion of the disputed region. In Pakistan, an unusually intense night of artillery exchanges left at least 4 civilians dead and wounded 12 others in an area near the line of control. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Look, India and Pakistan, they both freaking hate each other, which is weird. It's like Wisconsin and Minnesota hating each other, which they do. And that's weird too. I don't understand that at all. You people are the same people. We just drew an arbitrary line, but that's what's going on. And both of them have nuclear weapons. Yeah, they're 2 of the nuclear nations. And there are only 7 of them, 7 nuclear nations, I think. Or is that C's? Yes, there are 7 C's. How many nuclear nations? I think it's 7. Anyway, this is why this is a problem. Because just as, the United States and Russia going toe-to-toe, 2 nuclear nations, this is uncomfortable. This is 2 nuclear nations. Anything can go wrong. They're saber rattling, and they've got a long, dating all the way back to 1947. Boy, that's the year that everything seemed to go to shit, right? 1947. Isn't that when like Israel became a thing and the whole Middle East became a real problem? Sure, it'd been a problem for thousands of years, but it became a problem for us around about 1947, right? All right. Anyway, I'm watching this weekend. I think something's going to happen this weekend, and I hope it's not, all-out war. But anyway, India, Pakistan, it's still going on. Also, breaking news this morning, we lost one. We lost an all-timer. I don't know. I can't really assign anything to this guy. Judge David Souter, former Supreme Court justice. He died at the age of 85, or at least it was reported this morning. I don't know when he died. He was appointed by Herbert Walker Bush, H.W. Bush, back in 1990, served for 20 years. 2020, 2019, he stepped down. David Souter, there you go. All right, passed away. What did he pass away from? I don't know. Was he vaxxed? That's what I want to know. He was 85 fucking years old. We don't have to ask questions about how did he die at 85 years old, unless there's a funny story, right? That's the only time. It's the only time. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. All right, Pope stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You knew I couldn't go all day without Pope stuff. I have been in a tizzy for 24 hours. Pope-a-palooza is right, you guys. So we got an American Pope. USA, USA, USA. What does this mean? Well, I'll tell you. I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm no theologian or expert upon the flock. I just can only speak for myself. And speaking for myself as a born and raised Catholic kid who jumped through all the hoops and bells and whistles, even attended Catholic school for a period of time, did mass. I was an altar boy back there at Lexington. That was weird. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just up there wearing a dress going, you want wine now? I can tell you this, that for somebody who matriculated through that kind of a culture where, and make no mistake, the Pope of the Catholic Church, the Holy Father, he was not a regular guy. He was in no way, shape, or form to me at any point in my life growing up that I think of the Pope as somebody who was a normal person, who was a real person. The Pope, when you're raised in the Catholic Church, I don't know how to explain it to anyone that isn't, because I know that my Christian friends, they all have high regard for their pastors and stuff, but no, this is fucking different. This is like Gandalf, okay? This is like Jesus himself. Everybody's family has a picture of the Pope. Every Catholic family has a picture of the Pope somewhere in it. It's like a rule. So it's a big deal. He's a mythological creature. He's not an actual person who you can relate to in any way, shape, or form. Until yesterday. And then yesterday changed everything. Yesterday was like, holy fuck, this is weird. I mean, I went back and I watched my reaction to it. And I love my reaction to it from yesterday's show as we watched it happen live. My reaction was pure. It was genuine. It was real. I couldn't believe it. Everyone else in America who doesn't really follow Catholic culture and understand how the Vatican works and understand how popes are elected and appointed, most people are just like, well, what do you mean there could never be an American pope? Why not? Well, the rest of us Catholics, we knew there could never be an American pope. It's not a thing that's ever going to happen. Stop it! What the fuck, man? Go lay down. Sorry, I just had to go off on the dog because sometimes that's all she understands. What the fuck, man? Oh, no, now I got to do with the sad eyes. Here come out the sad eyes. Just go lay down, man. Okay? You're going to get a nice walk when this is over. She won't look at me directly, but she'll look at me. She's giving me the side eye. Yeah, that's it. Lay down. If this is like a shit situation and I have misjudged your digestive system, like you really do have to shit, then just go ahead, man. Go in the other room. It's a concrete floor. I can clean it up. But I'm not stopping the show because you want to smell some shit out there, okay? That's all she wants to do. She just wants to go out and smell stuff. She wants to smell stuff and slobber all over it. Back to the Pope. So as this kid who always looked at these pictures of the Pope everywhere, and they all looked like they were from the Bible. They all looked like, they didn't speak English, and they all would try to speak English, but it would always come out like this. They couldn't fucking... They were relatable in no way, shape, or form. And one of the cool things about being Catholic, as opposed to being Jewish or Muslim or whatever, is that we got a rock star. We got a built-in rock star who goes all the way back to Jesus's best friend, right? That's what the Pope is. The Pope, the first Pope, St. Peter, he was Jesus's best friend, Simon, right? Took the name Peter. Jesus' best friend. That's who the Catholic Church goes. So when Catholics say that they, sort of mythologize this stuff, that's the kind of stuff they're going. We've seen the Da Vinci Code. There's all kinds of weird, cool stuff that Catholicism has that other religions don't. So it's fun. But the Pope was never allowed to be an American. Ever. Was never going to happen. So for that to happen yesterday, man, and when you see my response as a Catholic kid, go, wait, what? So why do I say it's a game changer? I'm not Catholic again. I'm a lapsed Catholic. I am culturally Catholic. I am here for the big hats, the freaky music, and the crazy fucking gore porn that adorns all the Catholic churches. Seriously, every Catholic church. This is something that I only learned recently, and I was blown away by it. And because I never noticed. But every crucifix that I've ever owned as a Catholic, every crucifix that I've ever seen in the Catholic world, every crucifix has Jesus on the cross. We're wearing the absolute brutal torture murder of somebody around his jewelry. The Catholics do that. Our crosses have Jesus nailed to it. I didn't know that Christian crosses or evangelical crosses don't have that. I didn't know that until the other day when somebody pointed that out to me, that the difference between evangelical Christian crosses and Catholic crosses is that the Catholics are leaning into the fucking gore porn aspects. It's weird. And it's freaky, and it changes you as a child, is all I'm saying. You know, if you're sitting in church and this is supposed to be the epicenter of goodness and decency, and all you can do is look at this depiction of Jesus's walk, you know, where he's carrying the cross and all that. Every church has that. Every church has that depicted, every Catholic church. And it's the most brutal, pornographic, and I use the term pornographic as the Supreme Court's definition of pornography, right? Which is something with zero artistic merit that serves the community in no way. They don't have to show this shirtless, ripped dude getting a thorn of crown slammed into his head and the blood pour. No, they chose to do that because Catholics are creepy. We are a creepy religion. So game changer. I ain't going back. I ain't going to suddenly be a Catholic. But man, I thought about it last night. I was so stunned by this guy, by the ascension of this guy. And then to have him be from not only America, but my hometown. And then not only my hometown is fucking huge. From my neighborhood, there is a pope that there's a pope that loves Aurelio's pizza. You guys realize that Aurelio's Pizza is like this classic pizza place in Homewood, which is a southeast suburb of Chicago. It's the best. Then cross sweet sauce. It's fantastic. It's like all these pictures of the now Pope sitting in Homewood, you know, with a bunch of other, you know, family members and shit eating pizza. There is a picture circulating online that has been confirmed as real by his brother of the Pope sitting in the not the bleachers, but in the stands at the White Sox 2005 World Series. He's sitting there. So, I mean, obviously, for a Catholic kid who grew up with this idea that the Pope was something that was barely a human being, to now have it be somebody who shopped for Christmas presents at the same mall I did. That's fucking mind-blowing. And it's relatable. And although it may not be the thing that hooks me back into that whole voodoo witchcraft show, I'm telling you, Catholicism in America is about to have a moment. After decades of decline, after decades of, you know, the church sex scandal, after decades of parochial schools closing, of churches and parishes being shuttered, decades of a constricting American Catholic Church, that is all about to change. I have to believe that this is steroids for American Catholics. So that's interesting, and that'll be an interesting thing to watch. But more to the point about this Pope, I want to talk a little bit about him as somebody who is from the same place as him. It is crazy to think that this Pope has relatives who live in the same town that my mother currently resides in. Matson, Frankfurt, New Lenox, this area. It's insane. Oh, let me show you this. This is a really cool video. I want to share this with you, okay? This is what I mean when I say American Catholicism is about to have a moment. Buy stock in American Catholicism. This is one of the coolest videos that I saw, and I saw a whole bunch of videos yesterday, but let me show you this one. This comes to us from a Catholic high school. Catholic high school had a huge assembly for the conclave where they bring all the students. They make them watch, and like, this is history for our faith. We are electing our new pontiff. And they gather them all together. Nobody expected it to be an American. Watch this. This is so cool. All right, here you go. I believe this is in Virginia. This is outside Washington, D.C., okay? High school students, Catholic high school students hearing the announcement.
Leo the 14th is Cardinal Primus. He's American.
USA. Everybody's happy. Those kids are happy. Those kids are ecstatic. Those kids feel relevant. Those kids going to that, where Virginia, they're in the South. I mean, I don't know how big Catholicism is in that area. I know Washington, D.C. has a significant Catholic population. Significant. Catholic University of America is there. But man, that's those kids suddenly feeling like, they're not being ruled by some, again, mythological Roman character in the Vatican. It's just something cool. Okay, so here's the other thing that I love. Let's talk a little bit about how it went over in his hometown of Chicago, which also happens to be my hometown. As I said, his brothers are giving speech. He's got one brother that lives in Florida outside Tampa. He's got another brother that lives in New Lenox. He's got no, stop it. Oh, seriously. She's just, what do you want? You're ruining my flow, dog. Come on. This isn't easy. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't let you ruin my flow. But because I actually care that you might be in some form of distress, I am stopping to give you attention. And now, what are you doing with it? Nothing. You don't need to go out. All right. I'm talking about the Pope, dude. Okay, so, all right. One of the things that was truly enjoyable yesterday was Chicago Sports Radio. Chicago Sports Radio was hysterical yesterday. They didn't forget about sports. It was just all about the Pope. And hey, we need the first person to get a Pope cousin to call. They're taking calls from people who went to school with the Pope. I mean, it's a crazy thing. And it's a crazy thing for Chicago. It would be a crazy thing for Cleveland. It would be a crazy thing for Boston, San Francisco, New York, Philadelphia, Cleveland, any of the Detroit, any of the hardcore Catholic cities of America. I'm going to kill you. What the fuck? You went out 3 times today, dude. Oh my God. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. I'm busy. I'm doing something. She's mad. I got no food for her. I'm not eating anything. This is right. She doesn't act like this. She comes here all the time. She never acts this way. All right. So anyway, Chicago Sports Radio was super funny yesterday because it was all about the Pope and it was all about people trying to outdo each other. And let me tell you something that became one of the biggest controversies that I've seen in Chicago in a long time. It was very, very hotly debated by a lot of people. And that is the question of, although Pope Leo comes from Chicago and he's from the South Side and he went to Mendel High School and he taught at St. Rita and all of these cool things about this guy who's now the leader of the church, a guy who's going to be a saint. He's going to be a saint. Because the popes get made saints by the guy who replaced them. Anyway, I don't think Benedict is going to be a saint, but I bet you Frank is. I bet we'll see it. Pope Frank, the one we just lost, he'll be a saint. Anyway, the question remains, is he a Sox fan or a Cubs fan? And now, people would have just assumed he was a White Sox fan because he's from the South Side. And I know the first thing that I heard when I heard that he was from Chicago, and then I heard Dalton, I went, oh my God, he's a Sox fan. That's awesome. But guess what happened? The scuzziest people on the planet. And when I say the scuzziest people on the planet, I mean the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs are just a bunch of lying sacks of shit. So in the moments following the announcement that he was from Chicago, the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago Cubs official Twitter account puts this bullshit out. Look at this nonsense. Look at this. There you go. Can you see it? All right, I'll read it to you. The Chicago Cubs put up on their big giant sign out in front of Wrigley Field, "Hey, Chicago, he's a Cub fan." So people saw this because there's a shit ton of people all over the fucking country who follow the Cubs because losers know no borders, and a lot of them happen to be in the media. So guess what? In the early moments yesterday when Pope Leo was announced, that was the funny kicker. And you know what? He's a Cubs fan. Now, why were people saying this? Why were they saying this on ABC News? Why were they saying this on NBC, on CNN? Because the fucking Chicago Cubs put it out there. They lied. They had no information to back up the fact that he's a Cub fan other than they knew that he was from the South Side. So they fucking lied. So when that came out, Chicago sports radio guys started going, wait a second, Cubs are saying he's a Cub fan. We're going to need some confirmation on this. And then it turned into a whole damn thing. So let's find out exactly whether or not this guy is a Cubs fan or a White Sox fan. Here's what happened. WGN went, they found his brother. Here's what his brother had to say about this. Here you go. Hold on, let's watch this one.
Yeah, he was never, ever a Cubs fan, so I don't know where that came from. He was always a Sox fan. Yeah, he was never, ever a Cubs fan, so I don't know where that came from. He was always a Sox fan.
All right, there you go. So that's the brother, all right? He knows they grew up together. He's like, he thought I was at the 2005 World Series with him. What the hell do you mean? He's a Cubs fan. Anyway, so if his brother isn't good enough, how about this? And this is really cool because this is one of the things that I think are really important in being a good human being. And I must admit, I fall short of this all the time, and I know it, and I feel guilty. But one of the things that I think make you a good, thoughtful human being is when you respond to texts quickly. And one of the things that people say about Pope Leo, his friends, they're like, well, what's one of the things about him that you appreciate most? I've heard a couple of them say the same thing, and there's even a story now on NBC.com that he returns texts immediately. Like if you text the Pope, and you're his buddy, and you got his cell phone number. Oh, and by the way, the text has an 815 cell phone. 815 area code is Lockport, Joliet. It's Homer Township. The Pope is rocking an 815 area code. That's hysterical. All right, so anyway. So the Pope returns texts. Let's put that to the test. This is some news reporter. They were talking to someone who claims to be the Pope's closest buddy. Here you go. Wait, watch this. Here we go. The question again, is the Pope a Cubs or a Sox fan? Let me make sure I get you this properly. Here you go. And knowing, of course, that one of his great character traits is that he returns texts quickly. Let's see.
Speedy texter. I asked him to text the Pope and ask if he's a Chicago Cubs or White Sox fan. The Pope texted back, Sox.
All right, let's end the discussion, okay? But not only is his brother saying this, he's saying it. So there we go. He is actually a White Sox fan. So we'll take that as a victory. The Cubs might be in first place and we're in dead last, but we will take that as a victory. We got Jesus' best friend. We got Jesus' best friend working on our side. That can't be bad. All right, the other cool thing, and here I want to share some of these with you. The other cool thing that was happening on Chicago Twitter yesterday, and God, you know what? Look, my people, let my people have this. My people don't have a lot, okay? My people have been shit on by Fox News and the like for the last 10 years. They're very happy. Their posts are all fun. Everybody's talking about how, I wonder if the Pope calls it Jewels, which is a food store. It's just all kinds of stuff like that. So I wanted to share with you some of my favorite Pope jokes that have appeared on the internet. Here we go, an entire stand-up comedy set of Pope jokes. Now, granted, a lot of these are Chicago-centric, so I do apologize. And where an explanation is needed, I will share. But here we go, Pope jokes, my favorites that I've pulled off the internet. Let's see here. Hey, it's nice seeing Chicago approve of something the Cardinals did. Hey, instead of Adam touching God, the Sistine Chapel will now feature a fresco of Jordan dunking over Dumars. Okay, like I said, they're Chicago jokes. Saint Ditka. There you go. American Popes. Villanova 1, Notre Dame 0. Another huge loss for the Irish on the big stage. This one comes from Annie Agar, who's so funny on Twitter. Chicago got a Pope before they got a 4,000-yard passer. That's a good one. That's a good one. Chicago Bears editions in 2025. Ben Johnson, Joe Thuney, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson, Grady Jarrett, Dio Otabango, Colston Loveland, Pope Leo, Luther Burden, and Ozzie Trapio. It's funny. They just slid the Pope in there. All right, here's a good one. This is a well-formed one. All right, this comes from John Lovett, podcaster, former Obama speechwriter, but it's a good joke. It's a good Chicago joke. Here you go. He says, I bet picking a Pope from Chicago created some real Italian beef. Come on! That's a good joke. That is a good joke. Pope game, Chicago 1, Green Bay 0. Okay, this one needs some explanation. So on draft night, you may remember the NFL draft was held in Green Bay, and Clay Matthews came out representing the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears' greatest rival. Clay Matthews came out and opened up a decree, supposedly from Donald Trump, proclaiming that the Bears still suck, right? And everybody was like, that's so funny. Donald Trump is shitting on the Bears. Clay Matthews, you really burned them. So anyway, this tweet here that I like, your move, Clay Matthews. Come on, we got a Pope. The Bears have a Pope. And here's my favorite one. This is my absolute favorite Pope joke. My favorite Chicago-centric Pope joke. Okay, here you go. Pope Leo the 14th is the first Pope to know exactly what Dave Matthews did on August 8th, 2004. There you go. The Dave Matthews pooping in the river joke. You knew it had to be there. All right, very good. There we go. That's my Pope-a-palooza for today. We're all very excited. Although I'm still not a Catholic. What are you doing, dude? What are you fucking doing? Guys, I'm going to take her out. Seriously, I don't know what's going on, but if she is really, I'm going to take her out really quick. And if she shits quickly, here, we're going to be right back. I just got to take her for a quick walk. I'll just take her out front. It's not going to be a long time, I promise. But I am too distracted because I love this stupid, filthy animal so much that I can't actually sit here and watch her potentially suffer. Even though I know full well that she doesn't have to go to the bathroom. She's just bored. I'll be right back. Oh, don't cry. All right. All right. Aren't I a shit dog dad? Because as it turned out, she had to go to the bathroom really bad, which explains her out of character nature. She's got the shits. She's got the shits. She shit 3 times on that walk. I don't know what she ate, but she's got the shits. I should say she shit 2 times. The 3rd time, nothing came out, which makes me go, oh God, she's still got to go. And it's not there. Here's what this means for me moving forward. It means that I'm going to be guilt walking her every 45 minutes until I see some solid poops produced. Every 45 minutes for the next, couple of days. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we'll see. All right, let's see here. Let's get back into what we were talking about. What do we got here? Oh, we had a pretty wild situation occur on Fox News. I don't watch Fox News, and I don't think much happens in the midnight hours because wasn't this an overnight thing? I think. I don't know. Some hot chick, she used to work in the Trump administration. She's what they call a MAGA pundit, I believe it says right there on her business card. Her name is Cameron Kinsey, and here she is. Watch this. This went down. You gonna make us watch a commercial? Yeah, of course they are. But only like 5 seconds worth. It's not even enough time to know what kind of commercial it is. All right.
So it was sexism. He also went on to say there was racism that lost it. Not a mention of policy.
Yeah, it wasn't sexism. There was actually no mention from the Trump campaign about her sex. The only messaging point that Trump had during his campaign was Kamala is for they, them, Trump is for you. That was actually referencing defending women, defending women's spaces, women's sports. So this is what they have to do. They have to rewrite history because they had a failed campaign. They had a failed presidency. They put her as the border.
All right, just keep watching. It's about to go haywire. So I always tell you about our bodies, man. We don't know the first fucking thing about what's going on up here. We don't. We pretend we do, and we all walk around, us non-doctors and non-scientists, we all walking around just assuming that somebody smarter than us knows exactly what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. Watch this.
Borders are. She never went to the border. So this is about incompetency. It's not about ideology or it's not about.
Oh, here it is. All right. She is out right now. Her eyes didn't roll back. You see her struggling to find her words, right? But right here, she is out. She is about to go goodbye.
Oh my goodness. We're just going to get some help here.
I want to play that again. I hate
Cameron.
Come on. This is why YouTube is always better for these fucking videos.
For Cameron, let me come back to.
Fuck it. We're going to use the YouTube video. I can't stand media. They don't let you record. Or rewind. They don't let you pause. All right. So we'll go back. We'll find that again. Anyway, she passed out on Fox News, and now she's saying that it's because she didn't drink enough water. No, honey, that's not because you didn't drink enough water. There's something else going on there. What was her name? Cameron something? Hold on, let me see. Fuck. All right, never mind. I don't care. I got a dog that's got the shits. A lady passed out on Fox News. She's fine, or we don't know. They're not saying what's wrong with her. She's saying that she needs hydration. I don't know. If I was her boyfriend, I'd be like, oh shit, she's pregnant. Oh shit, she's fucking pregnant. That's what it looked like to me. Let's see here. What else do we have? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the Diddy trial. This will be a good one to end with. The Diddy trial is going on starting. Well, now jury selection is happening. We're going to be doing a new show here on Radio Misfits, a brand new show called Diddy or Didn't He? Diddy or Didn't He? It'll be a breakdown of the Diddy trial as it progresses. We plan on doing it every night. I've got a couple of days I need to figure out how we're going to fill or how I'm going to do them, but we'll do them. Diddy trial is supposed to start on Monday. Okay. Now, all this week, it began last Monday. It began last Monday in a Manhattan federal courtroom where they were attempting to seat a jury pool of 45, of which they need to get to 12, of course, who will sit in judgment of P. Diddy. But they also have to have a whole bunch of extras, dudes that can come off the bench in case somebody, breaks bad on the original 12. They're having not a lot of luck doing that. It's difficult. So, although a jury had been hoped to have been seated by Wednesday, that day came and went. Thursday came and went, and now today there was an announcement. They're going to finish seating the jury on Monday. Now, the trial in earnest was supposed to begin on Monday with opening statements. So early Monday morning, they are now going to attempt to seat a jury, and then they're saying opening statements will follow. I'm highly suspect of that. I'm highly suspect that they're going to do opening statements and finalize the jury all in one day, only because I've seen how the federal justice system works. And don't you assume they can't possibly do two things on one day? What? You do one thing that takes 5 minutes and then you're free for the rest of the day, because that's how this bullshit works. But I suppose all of the prosecutors and the attorneys, if the date was originally set for the trial to begin on Monday, they would have their schedules cleared. So let's go. Here's a little bit of news, though, coming out. There are other things happening besides trying to seat a jury of 12 independent-minded, non-biased jurists. They're also arguing little things about what will and what won't be allowed in court. Earlier in the week, Diddy's defense team tried to get the Cassie video from the hotel. Remember the video where he's beating the shit out of her by the elevators? His defense team, of course, tried to get that stricken as evidence, and the judge said, "What? I don't think so." So now they got more stuff going on here. Let me see. What is this? Combs' lawyers have said that the prosecutors are trying to criminalize sexual activity between consenting adults, asserting that any group sex was consensual. So here's what they want the judge to rule on. Okay, I'll read more of this. But the defense is trying to make it clear from the very beginning that orgies are totally okay. I know you people are going to roll your eyes and you're going to be like, that sounds like some depraved behavior, but nope, orgies are A-okay. That's what his defense is trying to establish. It says here the trial is expected to feature testimony from at least 3, possibly 4 accusers. However, earlier this week, yesterday, prosecutors informed the court that one of the alleged victims, referred to so far as victim 3, we don't know who that is. I think that might be, well, they describe her as a woman, so it's not the dude. It's not Cassie, because we're calling Cassie by her name. I don't know who this is. Well, we'll find out. That's why you got to tune in to Diddy or Didn't He. We'll find out who this victim 3 is. But victim 3 is now in flux as to whether or not they'll actually testify, saying they may not testify after all due to difficulties reaching her lawyer. So what that means is that the prosecution has this person set to testify for them, and they've been reaching out to this person's lawyer, and the lawyer ain't calling them back. Sounds like old Team Diddy got to him. How'd you like a record contract? Something like that. I don't know. He still got money. He can still pay people for their silence. What else do we have here? As of Friday morning, as of this morning, it remains uncertain whether victim 3 will take the stand. Also on Friday, Combs' defense attorneys informed the judge of their plan to show that there was a mutual violence between he and Cassie, who is expected to be a key witness in the upcoming trial. So his defense team, after losing their motion earlier in the week to have the video of Diddy beating the fuck out of her, they tried to get that stricken. They lost that fight. So the defense team lost. They now know that they got to deal with that video and the jury seeing that video again. So they know that. But now they're trying to argue that, well, it was both. They were both. That ain't going to go well. All you're going to do is you're going to see the video of him ragdolling Cassie. Cassie, I feel like I know her. You're going to see this 6'1", 6'2" Diddy, who is a tall guy. He's a big guy. You're going to see him ragdoll this little 5'6", 105-pound little tiny girl. You're going to see him ragdolling her. Then you're going to turn to the jury and you're going to try and say, well, she took some swings at him too. Good luck with that. So that's what the defense team went after today. They said Combs' defense attorneys informed the judge of their plan to show that there was mutual violence. The judge appeared disinclined to allow the defense to introduce evidence of alleged violence by Cassandra Ventura. But he did say that he would rule on the matter Monday morning. So whether or not the trial is going to start for real on Monday, I don't know. They're still saying maybe, but there is going to be some big decisions made about whether or not his defense is going to be able to argue that she also beat him up, which just seems absurd. The final phase of jury selection for the racketeering and sex trafficking trial has been postponed now until early Monday morning. I told you about that at the start. In a ruling Friday morning, Judge Aaron Subramanian, who is presiding over the case, decided that the jury selection will now wrap on Monday morning due to concerns that jurors might drop out over the weekend. What? Is that a real concern? How you can't drop out? If you're chosen for a jury, isn't that your civic duty? Don't you? I don't understand that. I don't understand what that is. When the jury selection resumes on Monday morning, a pool of 45 prospect jurors will be narrowed down to 12 game day starters. That's what we call them, 12 game day starters. The pool of 45 will be whittled down to 12 jurors and 6 alternates. This final phase is expected to last less than an hour with opening statements set to follow. We shall see. We do have a much bigger problem, though, that we're already talking about it, those of us involved in the upcoming Radio Misfits presentation. Did he or didn't he? One of the problems that we're all talking about is, one, there are no cameras in the courtroom, so this is not going to be OJ, which is fine because back when OJ was happening, there was no such thing as live stream. So, you know, why are we comparing them? Hold on, what is this? Yeah, no, this is what I want. Hold on. All right. So one of the problems that we've already been talking about that we are anticipating is that there's going to be a lot of courtroom sketch art. A lot of courtroom sketch art. And I'm telling you, 2 of us already have a real problem with this courtroom sketch artist. Is this it? Courtroom sketch? Oh, for fuck's sake. What the fuck? Show me the court. There we go. This courtroom sketch artist guy, he ain't good. He ain't great. Look at him. This is what we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with this dude freehand drawing really bad street corner ditty. Look at this guy. I think he's not even trying on this guy. He's not even trying. It's George Bush. He's drawing. That's George Bush. All right, let's see. Let's see what some more of this is. This is garbage. Come on, man. I need better than you're telling me AI. You're telling me that AI can't do this? Look at me. Look at me. I am wiping out the entire industry of courtroom sketch artists because AI can obviously do this better. Anyway, that's what we're going to be dealing with. We'll be dealing with sketch art from a terrible sketch artist. I don't, you know. Are there good ones? I don't know. We haven't had to deal with courtroom sketch artists. We've all the big trials we've had, you know, they've had cameras with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, O.J. Simpson. This one better not suck because there's no cameras. We still better turn this into a cultural phenomenon. The coverage of the Diddy trial. That's what I am banking on. Guys, I think that's it. I think we're done. I think we're out of show. I got a dog that's got the shits. It's actually hot in the studio because the air conditioning doesn't work. Holy fuck. We're going to have to deal with that. I'm sweating like a pig, but I love you. And I want to see you back here on Monday because we'll do another show on Monday. Have a good weekend. I'm going to have a good weekend. It's Mother's Day, right? So happy Mother's Day. My son's birthday on Sunday, but it's also Mother's Day. So, you know, he's not going to be with me. I'm fine with that. Just gives me an extra week. Gives me an extra week before I got to go all out on his birthday thing. And it gives him a second weekend of birthday celebrations. So that's fun. I do want to leave you with this. This is the last thing that I wanted to leave you with. So it's a very exciting weekend. My son and I will be live Skyping each other. We do this. We watch Saturday Night Live together, even if we're not around. So this weekend, we are both extraordinarily excited because Saturday Night Live is new, and it's Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins, Baby Billy himself. Shane Vandrell from the Shield, Boyd Crowder from Justified, Bad Billy from the Hateful Eight, Baby Billy from Gemstones. Who else? Who am I missing? Rick from the White Lotus. America's greatest character actor, the modern American Peter Sellers, Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins is hosting Saturday Night Live. I'm very excited about it. And here, they're already goofing. They're already doing, here's the promo. This is not the promo that you'll see on Saturday night at like 8:30 during a commercial break on NBC. You know, they do that. You'll be watching, you'll be watching like some pack game on NBC, and they'll, the commercial break, they'll be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. Those are usually really quick. This one's a little bit longer. This seems a little bit more long form, and that's good because it's Goggins. Here you go. Walton Goggins, SNL promo for this weekend.
Yo, Goggins. Yo. How are you, bro? You excited to host?
So excited, man. It's the last show before the season finale.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just super curious to see how the whole thing's going to end,
What do you mean?
Who's going to die?
It's not that kind of show, man. It's SNL. You know what I mean? No one's going to die.
Right. No one's going to die. Okay, look, can I say my theory? You don't have to tell me if I'm right. Colin Jost, Michael Che, murder-suicide.
No.
Goggins, what's up, baby?
Emil, what's up, man?
Gonna be a good week.
Dead man walking.
These are real people. They're not characters. It's not that type of thing.
they're real people.
No one is dying.
That's exactly what someone who's about to die would say. I bet you get killed by Heidi. Shh, 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 shh. It's not Heidi. Okay. You get killed by Chloe. No, that's way too obvious. Oh my God. I know who it is. It's Bowen. It's always been Bowen. It would always ever be Bowen because he hates you.
Listen, man, I think you're a nice guy. We're gonna have a great week, but you're acting a little bit.
I should have been Domingo.
Wow, I did not see.
There you go. Walton Goggins hosting Saturday Night Live. Happy days. So that'll be how I'll spend my birthday with, or my son's birthday. We'll watch Saturday Night Live via Skype or whatever we use. I don't know, whatever it is we use. I'm not even sure what app it is. One more time, I'd like to suggest that if you folks want to support this kind of radio that happens every single day, Monday through Friday, around about noon, today too, but normally around noon, all you got to do is drop a little something in either the Venmo or the Cash App. It would be surely appreciated. We don't just shake the can during Pledge Week, although I haven't shook the can at all this week. Last week was Pledge Week. I can't. Anyway, help support this kind of radio talk, because God knows real radio doesn't. That's it. I love you guys. I got to go. My dog's going to shit again. Got to take her for another walk before it rains. You're the best. Bye.